This album's so brutal. Makes me want to bash my head into a wall. Alright, it's now or never. Hey RV family, keep it tight. My name is Jay Moore's The Review Guy, and I'm back again to bring you another video. In this one I'm going to be covering the new Witch Vomit album entitled Buried Deep in a Bottomless Grave. New album from the Portland, Oregon death metal band. They've released shorter albums, EPs, singles. This is 7 tracks in 27 minutes, and they are signed to the almighty $20 Spin, which sincerely, if you're a metalhead, you probably have heard of this label, but if you haven't, check them out. They feature some of the most, not necessarily cutting edge, but gritty, gruesome, horrific, disgusting death metal of this period. They really like signing death metal bands that cling to that old veneer, that gross veneer, taking death metal back to a time when it was completely, utterly grim and gritty, and just very chunky. From the way the riffs operate, from the way the drums operate, those very guttural kind of cookie cutter type vocals, and Witch Vomit fits pretty squarely into that. I wouldn't say this record is too unlike that Tune Mold album that dropped a little bit ago, Planetary Clairvoyance, and I enjoyed that record quite a bit. The only thing about this Witch Vomit album is maybe the production is slightly better than Planetary Clairvoyance was. Planetary Clairvoyance felt like it was just caked in mud, and you were listening to it from a layer of mud. Witch Vomit's production is a slight step up from that, even if it's not by much. It's still a very gross death metal record. Based on one of the singles I heard, I was very excited for this record, one of my most anticipated records of this month. And to be honest, they've done it. It's consistent. It's a good death metal record. This pretty much did exactly what I wanted it to and exactly what I expected it to. Despondent lead guitar riffs that are going all over the place, frazzled out, sometimes a little bit thrash metal, drums that are fast as all hell, but can sometimes go a little bit chuggier alongside those guitars. Very low, very guttural vocals that just swallow the mix in its entirety. Short song lengths, focused songwriting. It all feels very gross, much in the vein of a lot of 80s death metal. So if you're a purist, you're definitely going to get a lot out of this record. I personally got a lot out of this record, and I like both contemporary and old death metal. I mean, the only thing I'll say is, even though it is a very compact track listing, it's sometimes hard to tell a lot of the tracks apart in terms of a straight-up consistency vibe. Like, I really am enjoying the horrific sounds on this record and the talent levels displayed on this record, but at the end of the day, it is a quite one-dimensional and somewhat cookie-cutter release, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I don't think Witch Vomit was going for anything that was just going to blow everyone away in this massive tapestry of technicality, and, you know, this isn't a progressive metal album. This isn't Tool's new album, which I did a review of that. Go check that out. I'm not sure why I'm pointing over here. There's nothing over there. But otherwise, Witch Vomit came through with a record that is just extremely chunky, extremely grim and foreboding, dark, just like the forefathers of the genre from the 80s. If you enjoy that very rough sound, that very raw sound with very sour guitar riffs and very punchy, fast drum work, those very guttural-esque vocals, fast songwriting, a short track listing, this fits in all of the confinements that those bands really did. I like this record quite a bit, and despite the fact it is one-dimensional, I got quite a bit out of it. I'm going to be giving this record a 7 out of 10, and that is a wrap. Please stay for the end screen links of videos that you might be interested in. Have you heard this new Witch Vomit album, Buried Deep in a Bottomless Grave? If you have, you can let me know in the comment section below what you thought of it. I would love to discuss the record with you. Like this video if you enjoyed it. It'll help me out a lot. Subscribe to join the review family today. I'd love to have you here. And smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. My name is Jay Moore's The Review Guy. You know who it is. And I'm signing off saying farewell.